Hello everyone, Denise here. Today I am going to show you how to make these adorable hats in any size that you want to make them, and I think they are perfect for the summer if you use cotton yarn, and they'll work for winter if you use warmer yarn. So let's get started. So I came up with this design years ago. I used to create designs for a photographer in my area, and she would take pictures of babies and children wearing my items, and I'll insert one of those pictures in here somewhere so that you can see the one I made her. And I came up with this idea when my daughter was young. She was adorable in everything I made her. Our youngest is the one who got to wear all of my creations because she was around when I knew how to crochet, at least knew to the point where I could make things. So I came up with this idea when she was little, and I made her hats, but then I didn't make any more until the photographer wanted one. So this is an old design of mine, a really old design. I just never did a pattern and didn't write one up. So you could do ruffle all the way around, or you could do ruffle on the side, which I think is really vintage looking, and that's my favorite. So you start out with a basic hat, a basic beanie, and you increase that any way that you desire. But the way I do it is every round I increase, and I do them top down. So it's easiest for me to size a hat top down because then I can get the exact measurement for the size of person I'm making it for. I am using, this is Walmart yarn, their low pilling acrylic, and an eye hook, Susan Bates Twist and Lock. I make a magic circle like this. I put an X on my fingers, then I take my hook and I pull up a loop, and I put the working yarn in this hand. So for my basic hat pattern, you can do any stitch that you desire. I usually do double crochet because it's fast. So I would chain 2 for double crochets, and then I would put 10 double crochets into the ring. If you do not want to make a magic ring, go ahead and chain 4 and join in a circle. So we want 10 double crochets. That chain 2 does not count as a double crochet. So what do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then I cinch it shut. And I do not pay attention to my chain 2. I ignore that. That is a filler. And I slip stitch to my first double crochet here. Now the way I size my hats, I measure the diameter of this and I times it times pi, so I get the circumference of the head that the hat will fit. So I'm going to do an increase round here. So I'm going to chain 2 and put 2 double crochets in that same space or stitch as our chain 2. And then put 2 double crochets in each stitch all the way around. Okay, so we had 10 double crochets in round 1. In round 2 we increased double in the stitches, so we should have 20 stitches. We do not count our chain 2, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, and we want to join into our first double crochet and ignore that chain 2. For round 3 we will continue increasing, so I chain 2 and I put 2 double crochets in that first stitch or space, and then I would put 1 double crochet in the next stitch, 2 double crochets in the next stitch, and 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and that will be the repeat for this round. I will meet back up with you in just a moment when I get this round done. When we get to the end of round 3, let's count our stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So I am going to measure this. I'm going to cinch I'm going to join in back into my first double crochet here, and then I'm going to measure across here so I know what size I'm at right now. So I take my tape measure and I measure across here. I got 4 inches, so I am going to take 4 inches with my handy dandy calculator. 4 times 3.142, which is pi, to get the circumference. And we have 12.56, so that is roughly 12.5 inches as far as the size of a hat. I'm going to go ahead and stop there. That would fit a preemie / really tiny newborn with the stretch that it will have once it's put on a baby's head. I think I'm going to leave that because I do like to make preemie hats for our hospital in our area. So I'm going to leave it at this. If you want to keep increasing, how I keep increasing, and you probably already know this, is I would start out with 2 double crochets and then 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, and then just keep adding on and adding on each time you need to increase your rounds. Once you get to the size that you are happy with and you want to stop increasing, then that is where we're at. So I'm going to chain 2 and put a single crochet in every stitch, including that one I just chained 2 in, and I'm going to do that all the way around. I'm going to keep doing this until I get the length of the body of the hat that I'm happy with, and I will leave some basic sizes, wide range of sizes in the description box for you to go by as a general basic sizing of the circumference of certain ages, and then the length that you would want to make the body of the hat. So I am going to go ahead and work up several rows or several rounds, and I will meet back up with you once I get the body of my hat done to show you how to do the ruffle edging. Okay, so I have my little hat done. I am ready to put the ruffle edging on it. I worked up 1, 2, 3 rounds that were after the increase round. So I am not too far from where we started, but far enough for a very small newborn or preemie. So at this point we will chain 1, and then I put a single crochet in every stitch until I want to get to my ruffle. If you want to start your ruffle right away, then you will continue with these instructions in just a moment. So if you want to start a ruffle all the way around your hat, you would get to the stitch where you are ready to start your ruffle, and if it is where you're beginning your round, if you are starting at the beginning of your round, go ahead and start with a chain 1 and then do 6 double crochets in that same space. Okay, so if you are starting way back here, chain 1, put 6 double crochets in that same stitch, and in every stitch all the way around, and that is going to create your ruffle. I'm going to do a side ruffle, so I am going to do a single crochet until I get around to the side of the hat, and then I do 1 half double crochet, and that sort of eases in to the double crochets, and then I will put 6 double crochets in the stitch here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's too many, obviously, but that's what creates the ruffle. So then we're going to put 6 more in the next one, and we're going to keep doing that for as long as we want. I usually do 6 stitches of the 6 double crochets. And if you get an extra one in there or one less one, it's fine. It's not, unless you're skipping a lot of stitches, you're not going to notice 1 or 2 being gone. So just put 6 double crochets. If you're just doing the side ruffle, you can do it as small or as large as you want, but like I said, my general rule of thumb is I do 6 stitches with 6 double crochets in each of those 6. So we're almost there, actually. I think I got 4 right there. This would be the 5th one that I'm getting done. So the next one over will be my last one that I will be doing. So how many do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to do 1 more there. And then I have 1 more stitch. So I'm going to go ahead and do 1, 2, and this will be 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, once you are done with the ruffle part and you are good with that, your next stitch you will do a half double crochet, just like you started with. And then you will finish your round by doing single crochets until you meet back to the beginning of your round. And you can put a stitch marker in that first stitch if you want to make sure that you're not skipping over and just keep going around. But I think I will probably notice once I get to it where it's at. Okay, so I'm back to the beginning of the round. What I will do is slip stitch into this first single crochet that I made, and then I am going to cut my yarn, and I'm going to switch to a lighter color, probably a white, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I have some of the Overjoyed yarn that I purchased from Walmart. It's just white. So I am going to take that so that I can trim my hat with, what I do is I do single crochet in every stitch all the way around. So it doesn't matter if you have done your entire hat or just part of your hat. You would go into every single stitch that you did the last round, into every single one a single crochet. So I am going to pull this last stitch out so that I can pull the color through here. Go into that first single crochet of the round, attach my yarn to my hook and pull through. And then I am going to chain 1 and put a single crochet in that same stitch here as our chain 1. And I'm going to put a single crochet stitch in every stitch all the way around the hat. Every double crochet you did, every single crochet you did, every half double crochet you did. And this gives it a nice pop of color. So you could choose any colors you want, but if you do contrasting colors, I think it's very attractive and pretty. So the hats that I showed you earlier, I have pink with a cream color, and then a white with a blue trim. So this one will be green with white. I almost picked up gray because I thought gray would be really pretty with this, but this is more of a contrast than the gray would be. So that's why I chose it. Once you get to the end of your round, slip stitch into your first single crochet and then cut your yarn. I'm going to pull through. I'm going to tuck those in because I'm not going to weave them in right now. We're going to look at this adorable little hat. I'll grab the other two that I was showing you. This one was made with ice yarns. This feels like it was made with the Omega Sinfoia. I can't remember the name of it. Pretty sure that's what this one was made out of. That's what it feels like to me. So see how pretty they are? I think they're so cute. So adorable. And you can do this with any hat pattern. So if you already have beanies in your house, you can add this edging to any of them. It does not have to be a fully new hat. You can do it to an older hat. You can also do it to any other hat pattern that you have. If you have other beanie patterns that you love making and you want to add a ruffle to it, go ahead and add that ruffle edging. So this one is ruffle all the way around. So like I said, you would just start off doing your ruffle right away instead of going over making single crochets over to the side. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. I appreciate you commenting, asking questions, liking, sharing the video, subscribing, whatever you want to do. I appreciate all of it. And until next time, guys, take care.